Alright guys, so if you just tuned in, doing some MX versus ATV Alive, going through all the races. First MX, then we're going to do some ATV Action. I just did Piston Valley, so we're going to move right along to Sous le Pont. I don't know if I actually pronounced that correctly or not, but it sounded good to me. Once again, the first time I'm doing these tracks, so I am going to leave the difficulty on amateur down to 3 laps. However, just so you guys know, the assist, the jump assist, and the turn assist have been turned off. So, not going full noob mode, just half noob mode. And so we're going to be coming right at you with another race. Pretty excited. Sous le pont. Did that sound French enough? I don't know. I doubt it's Sous le pont. I mean, maybe if you're American, that's what it is, but... So, we'll get right into it here. Let's get rid of this pesky URL. That is where you can find these videos once they have been embedded on the Mahalo website. Alright. So it's looking like a pretty standard track thus far. As always, holding down that clutch so we can kind of peel out of the start. And I'm off to a first place lead already. Nice. There we go. So if you really want to get air off these jumps, what you want to do is you want to compress the shocks, I guess, or the suspension, I should say, and then release that compression once you go off the jump. So the way you do that is you want to hold down on the right stick. That is your lean modifier. So you're going to lean back and compress the suspension, and then you're going to release it, and that's going to get you lots of air. Unfortunately, not a good idea around that turn, it looks like. So here we go. Compress, let it go, and you see I can pop up a little bit off that tiny jump, and even off these little mogul-y type ramps. And yeah, so we're doing pretty well so far. First lap, and I spoke a little too soon because I went off the track. Somehow it allowed me to keep going without resetting me on the track. So still in the lead, but a little minor hiccup there. There we go. Excellent, excellent. MX versus ATV Alive. I gotta say, just talking about the game in general, you know, I was decently excited for this game. You know, I'm not a big racing game fan, but when I heard about it, I thought it'd be pretty cool. The game mechanics were cool. It was definitely a charming game at first, but if I was to complain about the game, I'd just say that there isn't really enough content to be worth a purchase. If I'm speaking candidly about my experience with this game, you know, they added this leveling system where you have to level up to unlock certain abilities and certain tracks and stuff, which is cool. I'm not knocking on that, but there wasn't enough content really to level you up to the next races with just the sort of stock tracks alone. So basically, what ended up happening was you ran out of stuff to do. So in order to level up and unlock the new content, you kind of had to grind it out and do the same races over and over again in order to unlock the ones that I'm currently doing now. So a little bit disappointing in that regard, I have to say, but definitely still a decent game. It's just, that portion of it felt a little bit lazy. But I did manage now to unlock the last track, so that is what we are doing right now. This is Sous le Pont, the name of this track. I am out in a pretty commanding lead, 4.5 seconds ahead of the competition, but if I slip up, they could easily come back, so I gotta keep focused here. Those of you that are just joining me in the Justin TV chat, thank you. Oh man, I just got flung off of my motorcycle. Thanks for joining me. We are streaming some MX versus ATV Alive right now. Running the MX races, and then we're going to go ahead and switch over to ATV once these are done. So I thank you once again for joining me. And we're going to get the rest of this race going. I kind of like this course. It's not as fun as the one we just played, the Piston Valley, but it's definitely a cool track. Basically, this game just gets a little bit repetitive. That's my problem. I mean, and that's the problem with most racing games. So, you know, they really have to try to be innovative and creative to make them, you know, last longer than a day or a weekend or whatever it is. You know, if I wasn't playing this game for my job, I probably would have put it down long ago. But I'd say if you're unsure about it, rent it. If you like it, I'd buy it. If you're an MX or an ATV fan in general, I think you'll really love the game because I feel like the mechanics of actually riding the vehicles are pretty true to life, to some degree at least, in terms of the kinds of things you need to pay attention to with the clutch and the suspension and everything. So that aspect of it is cool. But if you're just a casual racing guy, I would say definitely rent it before you buy, because there just doesn't seem to be like quite enough content to warrant for me to say yes, go out and buy it. But definitely worth the rent. It's a fun little game to play if you're looking for a new racing game to try out. Here I go, about to cross the finish line with my first place victory, landing on my head once again, committing the equivalent of MX poo-poo. But apparently I'm alive and well and in first place. So there you have it. There's that race. Thanks for watching. We're gonna keep going with these races, so stay tuned, and we will be hitting up the next tracks. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you at the next